You ever found yourself planning meals for just one? I hear a lot of discussion about that. It's really difficult to plan for just one person. So we're going to talk about that today. Hi, I'm Kelly, and welcome to the Ozarks Journal Homestead. And we're going to take a look back at last week's menu and how it went. And then we're going to plan out the week of Monday, May 19th through Sunday, May 25th. So let's jump into it. For the first time in several weeks, my meal planning has gone according to plan. Kinda. Breakfast went as planned, except this morning instead of the quiche, Bob treated me to dinner out last week. And I want to say it was Thursday night. No, it was Mother's Day. Mother's Day, last Sunday. Bob treated me to... Yeah, we didn't do the pork chops and au gratin potatoes. Instead, Bob treated me to Mother's Day out, and we had all I could eat crab legs. Yay, me. So I had leftover, when you get the all you can eat crab, you also get an ear of corn and 3 smushed red potatoes. So I brought those home and put them in the refrigerator because they'll keep quite a while without worrying about them spoiling. And I made fried potatoes and cheese and eggs this morning for breakfast. So that's done. And I had enough left for one of my breakfasts this coming week, and I've already thrown the leftovers into the refrigerator, into the freezer. Potatoes and cheese. Because what I will do when I do mine is I will add mushrooms, green peppers, and onions. And we're going to talk about why I'm going to be able to do that here in just a second. Saturday, we did a breakfast sandwich. But then instead of a fridge raid, we wound up going to a gun auction in the city. And we had Golden Corral for dinner. And I got to tell you, it just isn't paying to eat out anymore. The quality of the food everywhere just doesn't seem to be what it used to be. But that could just be me. We did do the croissant rolls for dinner. We did not do the grilled cheese and tomato bisque for lunch on Friday. I wasn't feeling well, and we didn't do the strawberry crepes. It was pretty much a whatever you want to eat for breakfast and lunch is okay with me. So we didn't do that. Thursday, I took the day and I went to Poplar Bluff. And I took a salad. What was I doing? Wednesday, instead of the tuna salad, I made bruschetta. And I had, see if I can spell that and talk at the same time. I had leftover tomato and mozzarella pearls, so I added more olive oil and balsamic vinegar to that. And I tossed it into a container, and I took some diced up or cut up lettuce. And I had a caprese salad at coffee. And because I was leaving the house, we didn't do oatmeal. We did breakfast sandwiches, which was the grilled ham, egg, and cheese. So see, as I said, you move things around, and it's okay. We were calling for storms on Friday, so that's why I chose to take my me day last week and pay a couple of bills and went to Poplar. Then I had the caprese salad for lunch. And then Bob ate leftover lasagna. And instead of doing the lasagna rolls, I just did lasagna. And Bob did leftover lasagna. And then there's a section in the refrigerator for me for this coming week. Okay, didn't do the cheesy chicken spaghetti. I realized that I was minus the 1-pound block of Velveeta cheese. I don't recall what we did, but it wasn't cheesy chicken and spaghetti. So I'm going to scratch that off of there. But otherwise, for the most part, we did pretty well. Now, Bob is getting his pot roast today. On our way back home from the city yesterday, on Saturday, we picked up a pot roast, which have doubled in price, but at least it was a decent looking and actually looked like a pot roast or a chuck roast. So Bob got his pot roast for Sunday. And then I'm going to flip this over. Whoops, let's not go that way. Let's not go that way. things are changing this week because, let me see if I put that back in frame. I did. Miracles of miracles. We are going to do crock pot on Tuesday night. I am going to do the cheesy chicken spaghetti. We picked up the cheese for that, so I can do that in the crock pot, and that will give me leftovers. Now here's the way to cook for one, the way I've always done it, because if you don't know, up until last December, for the past 42 years, Bob has worked on the river. Most of those he was gone 20, and for the last 20, he was gone 21 days and home 21 days. So I cooked for just me a lot, 21 days at a stretch. But the other thing I did is when he was home, I made sure to cook extra, and then I could put a meal or two for me in the freezer for when he was gone. So if you can look ahead and you know if you're going to be by yourself, or if you don't mind frozen leftovers, cook enough that will feed 3 or 4, break it down, and put them into freezer meals, and then you've got a quick grab meal when you need it, either for just you or even for 2 of you. So Bob is leaving on Thursday for Iowa, which means from Thursday until probably the following Tuesday, after Memorial Day, he's going to be in Iowa visiting a friend, and I'm going to be here by myself, so I can pretty much eat and do what I want. Here's my plan. Let's take care of the Monday through Wednesday that Bob is home first. Breakfast, Monday, you know what that's going to be. And Thursday will be biscuits and gravy, because anytime one of us is going to travel or we have company, we send them out the door the morning they're leaving with biscuits and gravy. So that will be biscuits and gravy for Thursday. I'm thinking we will do the breakfast sandwiches. And we'll do oatmeal again on Wednesday. Now, I would like to start eating more cold cereal in the mornings, but I have to have my dentures. And yesterday I put a huge welt on the inside back corner of my mouth. So I am dentureless for probably the next week. Last time this happened, it took a week for it to heal. So, soft foods for this week, like the cheesy chicken and spaghetti. Now, Monday, I do want to have a protein platter. And I picked up fresh cottage cheese for that, and we have the lunch meat for that we need to do. And I will probably do a protein platter here as well. And when I talk about my protein platters, here's what I do. I have smoked turkey or oven roasted turkey lunch meat, and I have ham lunch meat. I prefer the Black Forest ham. I have a block of Colby Jack cheese and cottage cheese. And I do 4 roll-ups of the pieces of turkey meat, 4 roll-ups of the ham lunch meat, and then I do 4 slices off the long end of the block of cheese, and I cut it into sticks, and I have one of those for each piece of the lunch meat that I have. Then I do a half a cup of cottage cheese, and I do a cup of cottage cheese, and I do a hard-boiled egg. And that's my protein platter. It's all that's on there. And if I'm still a little hungry, or if I think my sugar needs a little extra boost, then I will eat a strawberry Oak Nose yogurt cup. So there's that. So I'm going to focus just on Monday through Thursday here for now. Lunch. We've got severe weather in here Monday night into Tuesday, so I'm not sure what Tuesday, Wednesday is going to bring. Oh, and for my friends in Kentucky, I hope none of you were affected by that horrible tornado that tore through London, Kentucky on Sunday night? Friday night. These tornadoes are just getting ridiculous. So Monday for dinner, going to do the cheesy crock-pot spaghetti there. I'd like to do something simple. Oh, and Wednesday, Bob is going to fry catfish. And we'll have catfish and tater tots, or the little hash browns from Kroger's. Because then I will have catfish left for when he leaves Thursday, I'll have a couple of pieces of catfish left over. So he's going to do that for dinner on Thursday night, or Wednesday night. And that's the other thing. I think about what can we have that will work great for leftovers. Catfish heats up really well in our Emerald. or even if you wanted to do it in the microwave, it would still heat up and not get tough. We get a farm-raised catfish. Sadly, it comes from China. So I know, there is that. But it's a good meaty catfish. And you know, we live in a great area where we should be able to get trout, but trout is so full of bones, and nobody sells trout in the grocery store. So it's either the catfish from China, or it's the name of the fish escapes me. Tilapia. And I love tilapia fish. So I may even do tilapia one day next week. Let's put the tilapia here. Okay. And I'm going to switch this protein platter to Tuesday, because it's quick while I'm working and writing. And I know I did not spell that correctly. I don't care. I know what it is. But I think here we're going to have fish sandwiches. And maybe a mac and cheese. Fish sandwiches, mac and cheese. Because I've got to get those fish sandwich squares from Gorton's. I've got to get those put in food saver bags anyway, so that'll be a good thing to do with that. And then dinner. I have no clue. I am clueless. We're going to do a spaghetti here, so I don't want to do a pasta here. We're going to do the catfish here in rounds. I'm thinking another tater tot casserole, because that's a great leftover for me. Because I can make the casserole and I'll have 2 or 3 dinners left for me. So what I'm doing for my dinners here, and I'm going to do it this way, for leftovers from Thursday to Sunday are just going to be leftovers. Freezer raid. Freezer clean out. In fact, I think that's how I'm going to word that. Because there is enough leftovers and stuff in there, and little bits of this and little bits of that, that I could fix a complete meal just for me, and it would be quick, and I would continue to write every night. So I'm going to put freezer Thursday, freezer Friday, and then when I do that, I will come back and I will write what I had so we can recap that next week. And then Sunday I'll probably do something fresh, but until I get these freezer cleanouts done, I don't know what I want to do here. I know that I'm really looking forward to doing, oh, we could do that tomorrow night. We could do that tomorrow night. Well, no, let's go ahead and leave the tater tot casserole. Because again, then I've got leftovers, but I'm really having a craving for a cheeseburger. So, let's do cheeseburger and fries for me for Sunday, and that will work. Okay, lunches are going to be pretty much whatever's left in the refrigerator. So this is going to be fridge. Friday is going to be oatmeal. And I think I'll probably do, another thing I love is a hamburger and I love, just instead of a sausage patty, I like a hamburger patty and egg. So let's do eggs and patty, because I may confiscate part of that sausage too and do a sausage patty with that. And that will work. And then this is going to be fridge, because I'm going through and I'm cleaning out the kitchen deep this week. I'm emptying the kitchen cabinets, getting stuff in order, what we can keep. Wednesday, I'm going to hang on to that one. Let me hang on to that one. And then Sunday for breakfast, it's just going to be me. I think I'm going to do pancakes. I think I'm going to do pancakes. That will do me. Pancakes and eggs. I don't care for them so much as Bob does, but he likes a fried egg on top of his pancake. Not me so much. But I could do pancakes and eggs, and maybe there'll be some leftover sausage biscuits and gravy, or I could have a little bit more sausage with that, and that would work. And that's pretty much it for this week. I mean, it's really super simple. It's whatever I can clean out of the fridge and freezer from Thursday on is pretty much going to be what I do. And I'm going to make a note here. Bob gone to Iowa, 22nd through 27th. Okay, so I know where we're at. So stop and think about when you're cooking for just one, what can I cook in a batch that I can have for later in the week, or that I can freeze in individual meals for me for later in the month? Sometimes some things just taste better when you reheat them, like chili is a great one. Oh, and another good one I could do here is I could do beans. I could do ham and beans. That would be good too. So that might be a thought. I'll let you know where I drop that in. So think about what you can cook in mass and freeze in individual meals for you, or in meals for two. And that's how we have done it for the last 25 years, and it works great. You just have to watch that things don't keep getting shoved to the back of the freezer. Make sure they're in airtight or food saver bags, and that they are well marked and well dated, and that's my tip for you this week. Whatever your plans are for this week, please remember to like, share, and subscribe my videos out. It really helps my channel. And be safe, be prepared, and be blessed.